Just over half an hour north of Santa Fe off New Mexico 76, you will find the village of Chimayo. Chimayo has become synonymous with the sacred earth on which the village is built, and every year, thousands of people make the pilgrimage to the Santuario de Chimayo for its healing properties. But just as many people make the trek to El Rancho de Chimayo, which may be considered the hearth and home of this community. More than 50 years of heritage New Mexican cooking have earned this restaurant the James Beard Foundation's America's Classics Award. And Florence Jaramillo, or Miss J as the locals know her, is the woman behind it all.
So what was the initial inspiration for having a restaurant in Chimayo? Was there a significance there? Because everything in Chimayo is known for its history. You know, everything's been here since the 1700s, and there's a lot of history in this fertile valley. Was there something about Chimayo that called to you guys to have a restaurant here?
Mr. Jaramillo was born and raised in this house. People were coming up here to go to the church or just a different area. It was so pretty, and that's what we did. And we moved back in 1963. I used to cook a lot for nothing at home. And always people coming over, and I liked it. I really enjoyed cooking. And I thought there should be a restaurant someday that you could smell the food cooking, and people would come to our house. This is what we wanted to do. This would be our house, and you're coming as our guest. Even though you're a customer, you're our guest, and that's how we wanted everybody to feel. It wasn't just another restaurant, and everything is homemade, everything is from scratch, everything are old recipes, and that was our dream. And it took a little longer. It took about 5 years before we opened, but it was a real big struggle.
Wow.
Because the banks thought, oh my God, you're in the middle of nowhere. We had no experience in the business. We were just struggling from, I was working. I went to work full-time in accounting in Santa Fe to help. And it was hard. We couldn't get deliveries for the first 3 or 4 years. I would come home almost every night from Santa Fe from picking up supplies in a car. And so I think the joy I had is when that banker called me for a reservation and I couldn't give him one.
Wow, yeah, totally. It is kind of off the beaten path. You kind of have to know where you're going to get here. But when you get here, it's just this ambiance that it's a home. You're walking into someone's home, you're sitting in the living room, you're going to eat in the kitchen, like you have that vibe, and you think that.
Well, good, that's what we try. But that's what we wanted. We wanted you to come and have dinner with us, and a lot of people became our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Miss J's smile is as warm as the food. No wonder she's the matriarch of this community. Speaking of warm, the chili packs just the right punch, and so do the cocktails. A favorite among locals, the Chimayo cocktail with apple cider and tequila. Take the time to pop out back to check out the amazing pottery gallery housed in the old horse corral. And don't forget to pay a visit to the revered chapels of the Santuario and ask about the dirt of El Pocito.